now. Lap 57. Let's have a look around, see if anything major has changed. Nothing that I can immediately see. TnB Wazzy still in the lead. Just get all the telemetry back so I can see what's going on. There we go. TnB Wazzy still leads the race by 40 seconds. Leads from TnB DW. Gavin's still in third. Second place actually coming under pressure now. Just half a second in it. Gav's had so many ups and downs in this race. It'll be interesting to see if he's a bit tentative to get into a battle here for second. Fourth place, still got Iggy. Fifth place, Ferrari of Force. Sixth place, still got RZDV. Hasn't really been able to make an impression on fifth place, regardless of those ultras. Just not having his usual pace around Austria. Springbok Gamer still in 7th. The Renault numbered 66 of Pitt still going around in 8th. Good double points here for Renault and Force India. Merc of Death Seeker 9th place. And then Judge rounds up the top 10. Only have a top 10. Lost 5 drivers. Let's go back up to second and see what's happening there. Between Gavin and DW. That gap just 4/10 of a second. So Gav runs wide over the grass. Last corner can be unforgiving. You want to get the best possible traction out of the corner to make the most out of your DRS section. When you run wide on that last corner, you give up the DRS section, give up most of its effect. Death Seeker in 9th place. He's getting some, actually getting some motivation here from his teammate in the YouTube comments. Just keep going. Confirmed points. His teammate says that he'll be back next week. Good to have both Mercs back on the grid. This battle for second continues. And surely DW is going to have to come in. 10 laps remaining in the race. Can he really take the ultras that far? As I tune out, Gavin goes through into second place, and if he can finish in second place, I will say, considering the race he's had, that would be an amazing finish. He's unfortunately come off second best twice, and this would be a great reward. It's 9 laps remaining now in the race, entering the closing stages. Does anyone still have to pit? Make things interesting. Don't know if DW needs to pit. If he does, Iggy and the Renault is crucially 24 seconds behind. So they, you could come out very close to that Renault. Judge just getting lapped there and getting well out of the way of the race leader. Was he? Just raced by 46 seconds. Obviously enjoys Austria. Gavin in second place. He's on a set of supers. I think he can take it to the end. Not so sure about third place. Now Iggy and Fossey line astern. Just 0.8 of a second in between them. They lap the judge. Make sure he doesn't get involved in that battle. Actually takes to the grass. Lets these two continue. Gap for fourth now, just 0.4 of a second, nothing in it. No changes in positions here in your top three. DW still in third, Gav still second, Wazzy still in the lead, dominating the race. As I say, that it sets the fastest lap of the race, a 108.2. One gap I am interested in is DW and Iggy, gap of 24.5 seconds. Does DW potentially need to stop again? I'm not sure. Don't know what his plan is. Griffin has left the session, which means he was here the whole time. I'm actually quite surprised. Sat here till lap 66. Could have had a co-commentator and I didn't even know it. Oh, that would be fun. This fight between Iggy and Fossey is nowhere close to finish, just 0.2 of a second between the two of them, so fourth place up for grabs here in Austria with 4 laps remaining. So the Ultras have another 5 laps in them. DW holding on to third for now. He doesn't need to stop. I don't think he's at risk. So DW has the Renault of Iggy 24 seconds behind him, not to be confused by the Renault that's been taking up his mirrors for the last couple of laps. That is the lapped car of Pitt, who's sort of been able to just keep the pace of the Force India driver. Sure he wishes he had this pace earlier on in the race. He's getting in the DRS zone. Is he going to unlap himself? Oh, and he's lost it. Let's just see what happens there. Pitt loses it around turn 1. Luckily he had quite the gap down to 9th place. He hasn't lost any positions. That's gonna give DW some breathing space. When a lapped car is behind you but wants to get past, can put you in a bit of a tricky position. DW is 7.5 seconds adrift of Gavin. Two laps to go. Well, the Haas driver, he's had an up and down day, but well, what a finish. If he can put this car in second place, it'll be quite the story. EW still in third. Fourth place Iggy, followed closely by that Ferrari. Of course, hasn't given up on fourth place just yet. Then RZDV in the McLaren in sixth place. And depending on what happens in the next couple of laps, could still get a good result yet. He's not far behind those two. We've got three manufacturers. We've got Renault, followed by Ferrari, followed by McLaren, and not a big gap, not a lot of time separating them. Just about 3 seconds, between 3 and 3.5 seconds between those three cars. Springbok Gamer still in 7th. Let's join our leader as he goes around the penultimate corner on the final lap. He's going to go over the line. Weaves over the line. Ooh, not quite sure what happened with the Renault behind him. But that's the victory. Wazzy takes victory at the Red Bull Ring. Yeah, in Spielberg, Austria at round 7. Season 4 TnB. Iggy classified in 4th. Fossey classified in 5th. Robbie classified in 6th. So all of those drivers are finished. We're waiting now for Gavin and DW to come over the line and make those positions official. Judge also classified in 10th place. Now just waiting for 5 runners. Gavin's going to go around the final bend. And that's a fantastic performance, considering the race he's had, considering the misfortune he's had. Not a bad race at all. Now we just wait on DW. Over the line he goes, 3rd place. Should be happy with that. The only man we're still waiting for is Pitt. And the second Renault, going around the penultimate corner as we speak. Just for good measure, he runs wide, taps the McLaren. Luckily the McLaren's finished. And there it is. You've got your 10 finishes. There you have your podium. What a podium it is. Salva on the top step, followed by Haas and Force India. It's a great result for all three drivers. Wazzy made it look easy really, and Gavin just kept on coming back. Well, let's just read out your positions there. It's obviously the winner, TnB Wazzy. 2nd place, Gavin. 3rd place goes to TnB DW. 4th place, Iggy. 5th place, Fossey. 6th place, RZDV. 7th place, Springbok Gamer, bringing home the 2nd Force India. Pitt in 8th place, bringing home the 2nd Renault. So double points finishes for both those teams. 9th place to the solitary Mercedes-Benz, Deathseeker. Judge in 10th. And then your retirees. which included both Red Bulls. So not a good day for your championship leaders. Actually just being joined here in the party chat by Gavin. Might as well take the advantage to ask him how his extremely eventful race was.
Sorry, Jay, say that again.
How was your? How did you find your race? From my side, it looked pretty eventful.
Yeah, it was a hectic race. The first corner there were some dramas. We need to look at that. And then I made a mistake trying to get past the vet. Then I lost my front wing somewhere down the line. And then yeah, luckily we managed to keep the pace up and got past the vet. Huge battle there.
Nothing wrong with second place when you look at everything that's happened.
Yeah, considering what happened, yeah. This race was up for grabs. Could have won this one.
It was still a good performance, second place. No, it's third place, DW for Force India. How did you find that? Everything go according to plan? Or
no,
not really?
Go for a one-stopper. I think it would have been closer between me and Gav if I didn't get that unfortunate touch when Little Piece sent me into a spin.
Any idea on what happened there in the latter part of the race? When you actually had a Renault behind you, and that wasn't because he was actually matching your pace, and got a bit complicated there because it looked like he was going to pass you, but he lost out.
Yeah, what I did is I see he wanted to unlap himself and I gave him space on the straights, but I'm definitely not going to slow that much down and then sacrifice the position. So that was it. This is basically tires, my super softs, ultra soft, sorry, that's a horrible tire choice for this. The final stint, especially a long one like that, because my tires were in the 80s.
So not the best strategy, but all said and done, podium position. You happy with that?
You know what? Any position in front of Gav would have been good because that means I could have closed that gap a little bit. The championship lead.
I haven't really had a look at the championship. Gonna have to work that out a little bit later. But what I can tell you is it's closed up to constructors because your constructors leaders didn't finish. Red Bull didn't finish, didn't have a car finish. Let's just go to the leader quickly before we go. The winner of the Austrian Grand Prix, was he? Made it look easy.
Yeah, I had good pace. Was alright race. It's just a pity at the start there I outbraked myself a little bit and forced Gavin a little bit wide. And then obviously with him off the track, when he came back on, obviously I would have thought that that timer for the penalty came on and he slowed down to let me pass, which is also not what you want.
Yeah, and then the vet took a great opportunity and took us both there. Oh, I took me there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I saw that. I wanted to slow down, but there were so many cars behind me. You know, you slow down a little bit on that straight, then it's gonna cause an accident.
Yeah.
Enjoyable race throughout. You didn't seem to have too many issues after the opening laps.
Nah.
Once you got in front.
I was chasing Little Piece. He had some strong pace, but his tires went quite quickly, so I managed to get past him. And then in the fresh air in the second stint, it was just managing the pace really. And then the last one, I could have, I enjoyed myself a little bit, pushing to see what lap times I can get. I was running in the 8s constantly, which was lekker.
What's a good second one?
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah,
all good was it? No worries.
In the actually in the late 90s, there was a similar question asked to what I asked Wazzy. I asked Wazzy, you made it look easy. And in the late 90s, a question like that was asked to Mika Hakkinen when he won a race, completely dominated it, lapped everyone in the field. And after the race, he was asked, Mika Hakkinen, you made that look easy, was it? He said, oh yes, it was so easy. No, it wasn't. And that was the end of his answer.
It's never easy. It's never easy. I don't know about you guys, but I find that obviously when the slipstream was going, you can go in the first sector quite a bit, and then in that last sector, in the dirty air, you battle profusely. Doesn't matter how quick you are.
I found those yellow tires were fantastic. I was on really good pace with those yellows, and then I hit little piece and I lost my front wing, and that was really, really sad. I was really gonna be up there.
So I'm just gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna cut the stream. Hope anyone who did watch enjoyed. Anyone who watches later, hope you enjoy. Sorry for the cut there towards the end. And I will be back next week for round 8. See you then. Cheers.